I'm Jason, and this is your commentary on Exodus chapter 31. Then the Lord spoke to Moses. He said, I have chosen Bezalel, the son of Uri. Uri is the son of Hur. Bezalel is from the tribe of Judah. I have filled him with the Spirit of God. I have filled him with skill, ability, and knowledge in all kinds of crafts. He can make beautiful patterns in gold, silver, and bronze. He can cut and set stones. He can work with wood. In fact, he can work in all kinds of crafts. I've also appointed Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, to help him. Aholiab is from the tribe of Dan. I've given ability to all of the skilled workers. They can make everything I have commanded you to make. Here is the complete list. The tent of meeting, the ark where the tablets of the covenant are kept, the cover for the ark, the table for the holy bread and its articles, the pure gold lampstand and everything that is used with it, the altar for burning incense, the altar for burnt offerings and all of its tools, the large bowl with its stand, the sacred clothes for Aaron the priest, the clothes for his sons when they serve as priests, the anointing oil, the sweet-smelling incense for the holy room. The skilled workers must make them just as I commanded you. Now, just as a reminder, when you first enter the courtyard, there's only one entrance, and as you go through, you come upon the altar for burnt offerings. That's the place where they made the animal sacrifices. Then you go to the washing basin, where the priests would wash their hands and their feet. Then they go into the tent of meetings. It was one tent that had two rooms. In the first room, you had the table for the holy bread on one side and the lampstand on the other side, both made out of gold. Then you come to a curtain to get to the back room. In front of the curtain was the altar of incense. Once you pass through the back curtain, you encounter the Ark of the Covenant. All of these articles and items that God's commanding the workers to make, we've already gone into detail in the past 6 chapters. Here, they're just briefly mentioned in only 5 verses. So it wouldn't do justice to try and explain all of them now. But I encourage you to go back to the previous videos and watch the last several chapters to give a lot more detail into them. It is fascinating here that when God's commanding the skilled workers and how to make these things, He actually calls 2 of them by name, Bezalel and Aholiab. God calls them by name as if He had created them for this very purpose. Now, some of the purpose was to make things with wood, to cut stones, so normal tasks, trades that people would have. And yet, when it's given to God, and according to His plan, He's able to use it for something majestic. Not only did He call them according to the skills that they had, but He actually created them with those skills and those abilities. This is wonderful because any skills and abilities that we may have, they may not seem to be that wonderful, but when in the hands of God, they can actually do amazing things. In fact, God's the one who gave them to us in order to use them for His purpose. Then the Lord spoke to Moses. He said, Tell the people of Israel, you must always keep my Sabbath days. That will be the sign of the covenant I have made between me and you for all time to come. Then you will know that I am the Lord. I make you holy. Keep the Sabbath day. It is holy to you. Those who misuse it must be put to death. Those who do any work on that day must be cut off from their people. Do your work in 6 days, but the 7th day is a Sabbath. You must rest on it. It is set apart for me. Those who work on the Sabbath day must be put to death. The people of Israel must keep the Sabbath. They must celebrate it for all time to come. It will be a covenant that lasts forever. It will be the sign of the covenant I have made between me and the people of Israel forever. I made the heavens and the earth in 6 days, but on the 7th day I did not work. I rested. Why does God care so much about 1 day a week? Why can't we work? And why is it so severe, the punishment, if you do work on that 1 day? Well, the reason is because of who God is and who we are created to be. If we work on the 7th day, we work all 7 days of the week, we're telling God that we don't trust Him. because he says, work 6 days a week and he'll provide for the seventh. So it's a matter of trusting him first. It's also a matter of worship. We're supposed to take time and rest and not just stay home lazily and do nothing. On the Sabbath, we're supposed to be focusing on God, on what he's done for us. We're supposed to be worshiping him. So you're actually robbing God not only of your trust and your faith, but also of your worship. And that's why it's so severe to be working on the Sabbath. Now, technically, this was a command given to the Israelites. It wasn't given to the majority of us Gentiles, non-Jewish people. But it still holds relevance for us. We need time. We're humans. We need time to rest, and we need time to refocus on what's important. So, whether you do that on a Saturday, whether you do that on a Sunday or a Friday, any day of the week, it doesn't matter the day of the week, as long as you are intentionally setting that time aside to regroup, refocus, and to worship God. The Lord finished speaking to Moses on Mount Sinai. Then he gave him the 2 tablets of the covenant. They were made out of stone. The words on them were written by the finger of God. Well, that's it for commentary on Exodus chapter 31. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.